Welcome back to Draw With Me, Miss V. I am so excited to work on these Mexican tile designs with all of you. Obviously, we can't really design tiles because I don't have the supplies for it. I think it would be really cool, but most of you won't have the supplies either. So we will be using markers and paper that I cut out into squares and Sharpie. And a pencil, of course. I went ahead and I pre-sketched some of the designs we're going to be doing on our tiles. But before we do that, and we get started and you get your supplies, I want you to see some examples of tiles that are usually used in Mexican hacienda kitchens. I really like that look when I get a chance to decorate my kitchen. I will most definitely be using these kinds of tiles to decorate my backsplash and different parts of my kitchen. So take the next few seconds to look at some examples that I am going to upload to the video. Now that you had a chance to go ahead and see how these Mexican tiles are used around houses, whether it's in a kitchen or outdoors, they're very, very popular and house building in Mexico and here because the aesthetic is very popular. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start, and you need, because they're square tiles, you need to cut your paper into a square. Now the easiest way to get a square from a regular sheet of paper is to do the following. So you're going to take your regular sheet of paper, right? It's the copy paper. And you're going to fold one corner. And you're going to make sure you're going to bring it up so that this two sides meet. And you go down. And you're going to have this extra here. So then you're going to bend that paper back. Or you can take scissors and you can go ahead and cut this part off. Or you can bend it back. And make sure that your sides are lining up. See? And then you can tear it very slowly. Just pull it. And there you go. Now you have a triangle. And you open it. And yes, your paper will be creased a little bit. But for the most part, you have your square paper. How do we know it's a square? There's a perfect 90-degree angle on each corner, and there's 4 corners, and all 4 sides are the same length. All right. For our first design, we are going to not use black marker. We're only going to use color. So we have this design. So what's cool about the tiles is that if you, let's say you make 4 of these, you can make all 4 of them, and then one will go this way and the next one will go this way, and the bottom one will go this way, and the one on this side will go like this. So you'll have like a huge flower design, but you only had 1 tile design. So if you want to do that and make this even bigger, you can make this same one multiple times, so that let's say you have 4 and then you can make a much bigger tile, which I think is pretty cool. So for this, we're going to start with a dark blue crayon marker. Sorry. So we're talking about navy blue, maybe. And of course, I don't have a navy blue. So the next best color is dark purple. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the dark purple. And from one side to the next, I am going to start drawing a kind of like a wavy, curvy line that repeats over and over. I'm going to stop in the middle because there's going to be a design that goes up, but you can continue it and pick it up on the other side. And you're going to leave a little space and do the same thing at the bottom. Stop, pick it up on the other side. Like that. Now each one of these little, I guess it's like a cloud, the little, where it comes to a point, you can use a ruler if you like for this. You're going to go ahead and you're going to touch it and then you're going to bring it out. If you think you can go in a straight line, go ahead and do it. Touch the little point and pull 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 it. Touch, pull. So here, we're going to draw another line. There's going to be another line here, but I'm going to stop here and pick it up on the other side. So pretend that you finished that line there. From here, we're going to need to do the perpendicular lines that go the other way. So I'm going to, it's easier for me to pull down in a straight line. So I'm going to kind of leave like a square here and just be almost like a checkerboard, right? Bring it down, same thing. Stop there, pick it up here. Stop, pick it up here, like that. Now the reason why we're stopping here is because we're going to draw a flower design there. So right here, you're going to draw a circle and you're going to fill it in. And then you're going to go up in a backwards teardrop like that. And if it's difficult to draw it this way, you can turn it around and do it this way. From here, you're going to draw one here. And if you do it on this side, we're going to do it on the other side. We're going to do one more here. And another. And one that's kind of laying down. And they're all kind of pointing at that dot. So we did three more. So we have to do them on this side as well. And then this one, you trace and you fill. From here, we are going to add some designs to these squares because they look a little boring. So we're going to add circles, just circles. 4 little dots all around every part that makes like a square, like a cross. Just because it makes it interesting and it doesn't leave these lines all empty. We could have done one here. We'll skip these. We'll do one there, here, 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 here. Can't really see that one. And I guess we can add, it'd be over here. So that's it. We have the top part of our tile done, right? So next, with the bottom pointing this way, at the very bottom, we're going to draw a semicircle and we're going to fill it in. Then we're going to take a light blue color and I'm going to leave a space and I'm going to trace this line like that. And I'm going to draw a petal that comes down like that. And I'm going to draw another petal on the other side. And these petals almost look like a soft heart, okay? And you're going to go ahead and you're going to trace that line so that it's nice and thick. Because we're not going to be coloring these in. But we need to make sure that the color is nice and bold. And here you're going to draw 3 lines that connect to the first blue line that you made. Like that. So you have a flower there. The illusion of a flower. You're going to take a green and we're going to draw a leaf on this side. Go over the middle a couple times so that it's nice and dark, and then just color in the rest of it. There's one leaf. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. In the middle line, and we're going to go over it a few times. There. So now you have 2 leaves. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the same blue color and we're going to draw a semicircle because we're going to make another flower, right? But we're going to match this button to this flower. Like that. We're going to take a yellow and we're going to draw the flower here, the other side of the button. And let's fill it in so that it's nice and thick. Next, you're going to take a red. And the same way we drew the blue flower, we're going to draw the red flower stemming from that yellow part. So the first thing we need to do is we need to draw this little like soft heart petal. And then we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to do one more because our flowers are starting to get bigger so we can fit more. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to trace it so that it's nice and thick. Like that. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to do that. So you're going to come and make your 3 lines. 3 lines. 1, 3. Come around. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the yellow again and we're going to draw that same semicircle, because we're going to draw one last flower, right? But in order to tie it in here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do what was yellow here and blue here. We're going to draw it around the yellow, and it's going to be red like that. So this flower on top is going to be yellow. So we're going to draw the petals first. We're going to come around. And this is where we go into the top part of it, of our tile. Go over it so that it's nice and thick. And the inside is going to stay white, but we're going to draw the little lines. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I forgot, you guys, we have to draw another set of leaves here. So 1 there and 1 there. So color it in. And then draw that dark line. Color the other one in. And draw that line. Alright, so this specific tile can either stay like this, or we can use this purple and make this solid, so all this pops more, followed by that cool design there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that purple, right? And I'm going to very carefully trace all the spaces near the flowers and the leaves. And do the same on the other side. Just be really careful. And then you just start filling it in. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to stay by going in the same direction. Like that. And I'll do the same with this side. So I'm going to do it this way. Remember when you talked, there's a side that you tend to do better, because depending on whether you're left-handed or right-handed, one side will always look a little better. Struggle with this side, guys. Make sure you fill in the spots as carefully as you can. And there you have it. Your Mexican tile. Your very first one is done. So if you do this at least 3 more times, you can flip them around and put them together, and you'll have a really cool square, bigger square. Good job, you guys. So this is it for this one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do 2 more designs, but the 2 other designs will not be colored because I want you guys to be able to color them however you want. So I'm going to erase a little bit of that. It's bugging me a little. Pencil that stayed in there. There you go. And I'm going to start the other designs. The other designs are pretty simple, and I would love to see you use your imagination and your creativity for the way that you color them. So here comes the next tile. So this tile is a flower as well, and I'm going to go ahead and take my Sharpie. So you have your square. I would actually encourage you to fold this into 4 because it will give you guides to where the middle is. So we're going to fold it up, and then we're going to fold it the other way so that it makes an even smaller quarter square. And then we're just going to open it. So now you have these lines that are going to guide you. So the very first thing you're going to do is using that little middle corner where all the guides were folded into as your guide to where the middle of the paper is. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw a semicircle. After you draw the semicircle, you're going to draw another one around it. And guess what we're drawing, you guys? Another flower. From here, you're going to draw 3 petals first. You're going to go sideways here, and they're going to be rounded. You come down, that's it. You're going to do the same thing on the other side, right? Because this has to be symmetrical and mirror image. And then you go down. And then in the middle top, we're going to do our 3rd one. Here to here, here to here, we're just going to make a semicircle of a line and connect those, and it's going to look like 2 petals. We're going to add about 3 lines, depending on the size of your petals, all the way around, like that. A little lower, we're going to draw 2 leaves. Almost like eyes. And what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And we're going to add some depth and dimension to that, so we're going to do a smaller version on the inside. Like that. Here, we're going to draw a little swirl that comes down, and we're going to connect it, and we're going to go boop and bring it down. Same thing. Swirl. It's a backward swirl, so be careful. And then we're going to come down, boop, and connect it. So they're not perfectly symmetrical. Again, one side ends up being a little better than the other, but we'll work with what we got. We're going to add a little raindrop here, the little swirl. And you can tell me if you want it to be a raindrop or if you want it to be a leaf. Depends on how you color it. From here, we're going to go up here and we're going to trace around our flower. And we're going to take the shape of the petal but not touching it. We're going to come up to a point and around and around, and we stop. We're going to do that again. Round. So we're just adding layers, right? And we stop. One last time. Up, up, come to a point at the top of the paper, down, down, and we stop. From here, I would suggest doing like a checkerboard So you put at an angle, not up and down squares, so you can do them diagonally, right? So you can start at where that middle line is and just do lines. You can use a ruler or you can just kind of eyeball it. I know some of you don't like to eyeball it because I know it's difficult to get straight when we're doing it by freehand. Alright, so we did all our diagonals there. Maybe we want to go the other direction for our checkered. And remember, don't go past that middle crease. Try your best to imagine that it's going all the way across. And you stop. And maybe you want to keep going and you want to do a little circle and you do like a checkerboard pattern if you want. So that one would have one. That one would have part of one. Right? That one. That one. So we'll pick it up here. You don't see one, skip there. That one would have a little one there. A little one there. There. So there's another one. It was pretty quick and we won't be coloring it on video because I want to see your creativity with how you color it. I will, however, go ahead and color it and share the photo in the comments below. All right, for our last one. Our last one's going to be very simple. We have our square, right? So from here, we're going to draw a semicircle on the corner, just like that, right? We're going to turn the paper around and we're going to come down and do a swirl and bring the swirl back up. You do to one side, you have to do to the other. So you bring a swirl down all the way around and you bring it back up and you connect it. We're going to do the same, but instead of swirling out, we're going to swirl in almost like a heart, right? A half of a heart. Swirl in, swirl back down. And then we're going to swirl in and then go back down. Right? We're going to add a semicircle here. One. And then maybe another one here. Add a little bit of lines there. From here, you could turn it around if you think this will make it easier. We can do two little circles here. And we're going to do leaf there. And on this leaf is going to have an even bigger leaf there. And then maybe one to the side. We have to do the same to the other side. One here. One here. Maybe do a little stem with a circle. Maybe here we can draw another leaf. But at any point, you guys, I'm going way too fast. The good thing about videos, you can pause it. And then we can go ahead and draw a semicircle there. Do on one side. We must do on the other. And there you go. Here is your last tile. This one as well, you can go ahead and anything that's usually in the corners, for the corner design, you can do multiples of this and then put them all the way around, different parts, all the way around, flipped over, and you could have a really cool design. So we're not going to go ahead and color this, but I would encourage you to draw it and show me in the comments how creative you can be with coloring it. Or if you want to go ahead and design your own tile, that will also be encouraged, and I would love to see your own custom designs. It was great doing these videos with you. I miss every single one of you. I can't wait to see your little faces in the classroom soon. In the meantime, have fun at home, draw a lot, be very creative, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye.